Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
It's showtime. Righty, we watched the long-anticipated 36 years after the fact Beetlejuice sequel.
That's amazing.
Tim Burton's movie, I think, was Beetlejuice his second movie after Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
I think you said so the other day.
I think so. And then it was Batman and Batman Returns. So, I mean, yeah, it was, man, it was 30 days of his career, and he started it with a bang. His very unique style was very evident from the very start.
Yes.
And yeah, he's kind of carried it through, except a couple of movies that doesn't really feel like a Tim Burton movie. But Beetlejuice and I guess Nightmare Before Christmas, that flavor, that black and white pinstripe thing, the stop animated weird stuff, just this kind of cartoony vibe, carnival, weird strangeness, gothic blend.
Yeah, it's all sort of blended in together, which in a very cool way. I really thought that this movie was the absolute correct level of unhinged. I'm sure there's going to be hardcore fans that's probably going to, I don't know, but I loved it.
Yeah, it's a case of, I usually feel that sometimes some sequels are really not necessary. Like, if this didn't exist, it would be fine. It's not like it was needed.
No.
It didn't need to expand the original Beetlejuice.
No.
And we decided we're just going to do a little, last night we watched the original again.
Yes.
Just for slide into
just
this.
As a reminder, although I saw it so many times.
Yeah, and it's also, it's such a, the movie has very vivid scenes, moments, and just this vibe that you cannot really forget.
Yes.
So we didn't have to watch it, but it was fun to watch it again. But I must fucking rant. We bought this, got a couple of releases on DVD and Blu-ray, but this particular one had a few that I didn't want to buy individually, so I just bought this box set.
Yeah.
Tim Burton box set. And that's where we actually were going through the streaming services.
And we couldn't find it.
No Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Hey, go to the shelf. The lovely luxury of having physical media. It's yours forever, and you can watch it whenever you want. So go to the shelf, grab Beetlejuice from the box, pop it in. 4x3. Fuck. I was fucked up. And then when we finished, I thought, because it's a box of multiples, I thought it had another movie on the reverse side. So I asked Sonia, just look there, see what movie's on the other side. She said, no, nothing. Turn it over. The 16:9 widescreen is on the other fucking side of the disc. Why do you give people that option?
I don't know, maybe some people still have that old ratio TV.
And the first option they give you is the cuck one.
I thoroughly enjoyed watching it again, even though it wasn't the right...
over,
even though it wasn't the right size.
It was annoying, but yeah. So we thought we're just going to do a little twin review. Because, we haven't done one of the original Beetlejuice. If you're not interested in seeing our review of the first Beetlejuice, just fast forward to this time. For Beetlejuice, the sequels review.
Yes.
See you there. Or, if not, keep going. So it was about 1988, I think?
Yeah.
88, 89. I was in matric, last year of school.
I was in standard 6, grade 8.
Yeah. First year of high school, no?
Yeah, first year of high school. Your last year.
I was in last year of high school. And it was a fun movie then. It was a fun movie again, watching it now.
Yeah, I really loved watching this one.
It's it's a couple. They sort of they're living in this little, is it a Connecticut town?
Yeah, it's rural.
It's a very cool, it's a kind of little town that you'd probably love. And they're living on this little house on the hill, and
beautiful, cool house on the hill.
Yeah. And accident happens and they die, but they now ghosts and they go back to the house, but someone else buys the house and they're not happy about it.
No.
So,
and there's this wonderful handbook for the recently deceased.
Yeah. Give you instructions on how to navigate your life in the
afterlife. Yeah.
And there's this bureaucratic kind of office setting.
Yeah, if you commit suicide in life, you become a state worker in the afterlife, like a
civil servant.
A civil servant.
And it's bureaucracy
yes.
and queues you have to stand in, and numbers you have to again, all these different case workers and stuff you have to deal with, and it's very funny that afterlife is not exciting. It's a chore. Just like real life, afterlife is a pain in the ass.
It's a pain, yeah.
And it was such a unique movie when it came out, and Tim Burton was definitely the right director to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
He didn't write it. It was written by some other guys. He did some interesting stuff. And the thing with him, he gives it his stamp.
Yeah, it's got that aesthetic that you won't find it anywhere else. It's Tim Burton, and it suits the movie so well.
Yeah.
The theme and everything.
Yeah. And now the Beetlejuice character,
Keaton.
He's a bioexorcist.
Yeah, so he gets rid of the living.
Yeah. So because they try to kind of do ghosty things to chase them out of the house, but it doesn't work.
No.
But Beetlejuice, he's a bit of a psychotic demon that just causes havoc everywhere.
Yes.
But the daughter, Lydia, she played by Winona Ryder. Younger people would know her from, she's the mom in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But
and doesn't she look amazing
still? She still looks great, yeah.
Oh my word, almost no change.
Yeah, and she was also obviously in Edward Scissorhands, another Tim Burton classic. But she can actually see the ghosts.
Yes.
So it's the Maitlands?
Maitland, yes, Maitlands, yeah.
So she kind of befriends these ghosts. And her stepmom is this pretentious sculptor, and her dad's just this doofus who wants to come live out in the country after working in the city in finance and shit. It's just such a crazy thing. It's just crazy shit happening.
In Beetlejuice, it's these. This woman is a complete yuppie, and she brings her yuppie friends. She's trying to get her yuppie friends to come to the countryside.
Arty-farty wannabes.
Yeah, and then when they realize that they've got ghosts in their house, they now want to exploit it and capitalize on it.
But we won't get into the details of that.
No.
But Beetlejuice wants to get out of his situation.
Yes.
And wants... it's just Michael Keaton's character is just so flippin'.
It's brilliant.
It's funny and crazy and nuts and silly. So it's a movie that everyone needs to see.
Absolutely.
So we won't really need to go into any more details on this movie.
All I can say is that there was such a huge amount of stuff from the first one that was now included in the follow-up.
Yeah. I would score the first Beetlejuice. I want to give it a 9, but I'll give it an 8.
I'm also going to give it an 8.
Yeah, it's an easy 8.
Yes.
I must just add, when we did our review of The Crow, the barrage of negativity around the movie with people who haven't seen it, and people bitching and moaning about it, but they feel they're compelled to rip this movie. I think I kind of overscored it because of that, just where most people underscore watching it because of the negativity around it. I kicked against it and kind of overscored
My
it.
score stays the same.
I gave it an 8, you gave it an 8, so it's kind of now gone to a 7.5, which is still fine.
But I still score it an 8.
Yes, no, that's good. So I just wanted to add that. But now for first Beetlejuice, 8, easy, no problem. So, Beetlejuice.
I just also want to add, the first Beetlejuice, yesterday when I watched it again, it actually got 2 or 3 on the scarometer.
Yeah, there were a couple of moments there.
Yeah.
The frighttometer. I don't know if we should call it the frighttometer or the scarometer.
I prefer scarometer.
Is it? Because there was also a fright. It was a thing coming through a window.
Yeah.
Because a scare is something that someone's crafted.
I guess, yeah.
To scare you.
Yes.
But
okay, to go on to Beetlejuice.
But, okay, so it got 3.
Yeah.
And this one, Beetlejuice, any scares, any frights? Yeah. because I mean, there's lots of noise, music, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So nothing at all. It's all one flow of stuff.
And
it's not. It's not like they.
No.
And it's not a horror movie. It's like a silly, creepy comedy.
Yeah, it really is. And
but
I must
that's what I also wanted to say. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but I wanted to say it earlier. But Tim Burton is a good horror gateway director for kids.
Yes.
Kids who like weird stuff. If your kids are interested in things that are not ordinary, show them Tim Burton movies.
Yeah, show them
Nightmare Before
Christmas,
and then ease them into all the other ones, because it's a very cool kind of Halloweeny type of way to get them into horror movies.
It's just lovely.
So yeah, it's not exactly horror, but horror fans should like and appreciate it.
Yes.
Because we also have a sense of humor and a sense of fun. It's a fun. Beetlejuice was fun.
Yes, absolutely.
It wasn't a necessary sequel, but it was a good sequel.
But I think if you're a fan of the first one, it's got sentimental value. And what I wanted to say was, there's this very strange song. I don't know what the song is called, but the words.
Someone left the cake out in the rain.
Someone left the cake out in the rain, and I always thought I could never understand this song.
It is a ludicrous song. It was ludicrous.
Finally, it's found its place.
Yeah, it made sense. It's a silly movie.
It makes
silly song
sense in this film.
Put in this weird, silly scenario.
Yeah.
So you'll see it when it comes around.
But to continue on to the second one, what I'm happy that they didn't do, because they didn't carry on where we ended off. So we start with Lydia being...
You didn't need to, because it wrapped and it was fine.
So you start with Lydia being an adult, and she's now progressed into becoming almost like a
paranormal
psychic,
TV host.
Paranormal TV host. And she's got this very strange boyfriend who when I saw him first time, I thought it was House Sparks. And I realized, no, it wasn't House Sparks. He looked so much like House Sparks.
It's Justin Theroux. He was in Mulholland Drive as well.
Oh, yes, that's right. Anyways, and then you realize that she's older, and she's moved on with her life. And they've also found like a very easy way to get over the Maitlands. So
yeah, it was actually a bit like, seriously, that just it?
That simple.
A loophole.
How convenient. But yeah, I'm glad that they didn't have Geena Davis and Alec Baldwin in it again,
because they were dead, so they would remain the same forever.
Yeah, they would have to stay young.
So then they had to digitally youngify them.
It just would have been sort of disingenuous.
Yeah. And also the father gets out of the picture in a very funny and kind of gory way as well.
A really crazy way. And I enjoyed the little, that is portrayed like animated.
Yeah.
Which was also quite interesting.
Like this kind of, it looks like CGI clay animation.
Clay animation, yeah.
It was bizarre.
Oh, I thought it was cute.
So the characters that are back is Winona Ryder's Lydia, Delia, Catherine O'Hara.
Yes, I love her.
Who's classic as always.
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice.
Keaton, yes. And then
she has a daughter.
She has a daughter, and the daughter is, what's her name?
I almost said Mia Goth. Jenna Ortega. Who was also Wednesday in Tim Burton's Wednesday TV series.
And I enjoyed her in this film. She was good. I actually always enjoy her. She's sweet.
I always think that if someone's made a movie with her and Aubrey Plaza as weird sisters,
yes, it could work.
It would work.
Could definitely work. But and it's an interesting continual, because now
they're estranged.
They are estranged. Also, don't want to give away too much, but they end up having to go back to this little town where this house is. And Lydia starts getting this feeling that, like, the Beetlejuice character is near
still
her.
around.
He's still around. She sees little flashes of him. And then they've this very clever way of actually working all of the characters back into the story in a cool way that's not forced.
Including, there's a, I'm not going to say how or what it is, but in the first movie there's this wedding scene where Beetlejuice has to take out a ring, and it's a finger with a ring on it, and he's, oh, she meant nothing to me, baby. And that little piece is now expanded into an entire character.
Yes.
Played by Monica Bellucci, who's also still hot.
Just gorgeous. Oh my word.
She was one of Dracula's brides.
Yeah, and she's also
Coppola's Dracula.
Still so beautiful. But yeah, it was clever the way they worked the finger back in. I also made the connection.
A throwaway joke in the first movie became an entire plot line and character, and so that was that's some cool writing. Some people would say it's contrived and milking something out of nothing.
No, it was so cool.
I think it's cool. And so it's various threads.
Yeah.
And the daughter gets in a situation which is another thread, and it all goes into the underworld.
We all go back into the afterlife, basically. And then there's this
Danny DeVito pops up as a character.
And then there's this lovely character that you meet in the first one. He's a guy that got his head shrunken by a shaman.
Bob.
Yeah, his name is Bob.
But now there are lots of Bobs.
He's obviously collected all the people that got their heads shrinked.
Yeah.
But Bob is such an endearing character. I realized I need a Bob doll or something. He's so cute.
And there's also another little. It kind of reminded me a bit of like this baby. Peter Jackson's Dead Alive, that crazy baby.
Oh yeah.
But we won't tell you what this baby and how, what,
no.
but it's far out. An interjection. It's almost as if a Tim Burton movie is incomplete if it doesn't have a Danny Elfman soundtrack. You know Danny Elfman from the Simpsons theme song. But a movie without a Tim Burton movie without a Danny Elfman soundtrack just seems weird. So Danny Elfman obviously is back for this, as he was with Beetlejuice and Night Before Christmas, and plenty of Tim Burton movies, and worthwhile mentioning. Yes, back to the rest.
The movie is as crazy as it starts. It ends as crazy, if not even more crazy. And then Willem Dafoe also has like a ridiculous role in this
he's
film.
like an actor, a dead actor who's now an afterlife detective.
He obviously played a detective as an actor,
in his movies,
and now he's a detective in the afterlife.
There are lots. It's not.
It's rich.
Yeah, it's like lots of layers of storylines and sequences and characters and things, and they pull it together nicely.
Yes, they do.
It doesn't get boring. It didn't feel completely Tim Burton visually. There were lots of, obviously there's so many things that it's just basically replications from the sandworm thing, all those kind of things from the first movie is there. But it just didn't feel completely Tim Burton.
No, it didn't.
But
it felt like a lot of I almost want to say like they made sure that the Tim Burton elements were in the film, but it didn't take it wasn't the main aesthetic of the film. Yeah.
But it was there.
It was definitely there, no, for sure.
Because he's Tim Burton, so he can't make a Tim Burton.
Yeah, and the thing is you can't make a sequel to Beetlejuice and not have that look. But I think it was just the right. I would obviously the more Tim Burton, the better.
Which is your favorite Tim Burton movie? Let us know in the comments.
Yes.
There are quite a few to pick from.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering, we decided we'd dress up tonight.
Yes.
Because we did an advanced screening with our Horrorfest folks.
And our Horrorfest people dressed up so nicely.
If we have
Thank
the pictures,
you guys.
if
You
we have
looked
some of the pictures,
amazing.
we'll pop some of the pictures up for you
You
to see.
absolutely looked awesome.
And everyone seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Everyone had fun. You know, it's not like you now need to get something deep out of it.
No, it's not a cerebral movie. It's fun.
It's fun. If you want a fun movie, I don't know what's the age restriction.
I don't know.
Is it 16? I mean, so, you know, besides that little animated piece, there's this one Beetlejuice telling his backstory, and it turns into this black and white Spanish movie. He's like narrating it, like English subtitles, and it's just
oh man,
bizarre.
it was fabulous.
There's some cool style bits.
I really enjoyed it. I loved it. Yeah. And if you don't, and you know what? If people don't like it, I don't know. It's just there's nothing not to like. It's
But now, if this was sort of one movie, both movies, it would definitely feel. Hey, the first movie's unique and exciting, and then the second one is sort of.
They each stand on their own.
Just kind of goes off on an extra tangent.
Yes.
But now, you know, it's interesting revisiting these characters, and they didn't go overboard with it.
No.
And they didn't
under-deliver.
Under-investigate and delve into it. They didn't skimp on anything.
And but they didn't overthink it either. Yeah. It was just the right level of nuts. Yes.
So I'm hoping
it gets good reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't care if it gets. I'm hoping that people don't just
I hope
ignore it.
I hope the film's a success.
Because this is very much, you know, being 36 years old, it's not like someone's just going to decide, hey, I'm going to go watch Beetlejuice 2. Have you seen the first one? No, what is that?
Yeah.
So, because it says Beetlejuice, it doesn't say Beetlejuice 2.
Yes.
So someone might just wander into the song.
Oh my word.
What am I going to watch today? Alien Romulus? No. Beetlejuice? Okay.
Oh my word, they won't know what hit them. Yeah. It'd be completely weird.
So it's advisable. Watch the first movie.
Please do, yeah.
And watch it with friends.
Yeah, and make it fun.
It's a laugh riot.
Yes, definitely.
It's unique, it's crazy. It's still, I mean, after 36 years, it is still a very unique movie.
I mean, I admit to the fact that yes, obviously I'm sentimental about it. It's very nostalgic, and
it was a very young Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis in the first movie,
and a very young Winona as well.
No, she was like a kid,
she was like a baby.
Everyone. But one thing about Catherine O'Hara in this one, it's almost like she feels like she's under crazy because of Schitt's Creek, where she's such a freaking super flake.
Yes.
You know, because the way she was in the first Beetlejuice, it's like escalated into Schitt's Creek, and she sort of
she leveled out.
so she seems less nuts,
but she's
than in the
fabulous.
First Beetlejuice.
Oh my word, I love that woman.
She's also a bit. I mean, because she's a stepmom.
Yeah.
And she was like, obviously Winona Ryder Lydia didn't get along with her stepmom. Yeah. But they sort of, kind of.
Yeah, it was nice.
But yeah, I mean, there's lots of little family dynamic things that need to get sorted out, and it's got heart.
It all ties.
It's got heart.
It all ties up.
It's got humor.
Yeah.
It's got bizarreness. It's a Tim Burton movie, I guess.
Yeah. What's your favorite Tim Burton?
Probably Nightmare Before Christmas, although he didn't direct it.
Yeah.
Henry Selick directed that. It's hard for me to say. I'm gonna have to go through them all again and.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely loved Edward Scissorhands, but since Mr. Depp misbehaved so badly.
You can never watch a Johnny Depp movie again.
No, I can.
I mean, Sweeney Todd was good. We watched the other day. You kept falling asleep watching Sleepy Hollow.
Yes.
And that was very cool watching that again. That's like 25 years old.
And I mean, I went to watch it in the movie house, and I realized how early on I fell asleep.
Okay, you want to give me a gap here?
I literally fell asleep in the opening titles.
Well, you obviously partied the night before.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
So yeah, Sleepy Hollow is also another one I kind of forget about.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Christopher Walken, The Headless Horseman. That's
Christina Ricci.
It's a very, very cool movie.
It's nice.
But yeah, it's difficult for me to say what my favorite
I mean,
is.
there's also Pee-wee. Oh my word.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I mean, it's so crazy.
You cannot love Pee-wee.
Crazy and crazy.
Yeah.
So I think you guys rather just tell us what your favorite
Yes.
Tim Burtons are in the
What are you going to
comments.
score Beetlejuice?
Oh, we were supposed to do that a while back. I will give this one a 6 or a 7, a 6 or a 7, a 7.
I'm also giving it a 7.
Hey, we're always on the same.
No, but I knew I was going to give it. In the movie house, I was thinking, I'm giving this a 7.
I'm just saying, we are synced like hell, I tells ya.
Yes.
That's why we're still sticking it out, doing these things, because we like doing things together, so we do them together.
Yes.
And after 25 years, righty, we're not going to get all soppy with you to tell you just how crazy we are about each other, because we are.
Yes.
And that's just our business.
That's just that.
So, have a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, depending when you're watching this.
Yes.
We'll catch you on the next ones. And that's it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.